When a woman stops loving you, she does these 9 things. Trying to describe love to someone who hasn't experienced it is hard. You can never really do justice to it. Love is a magical experience that has this unique way of making you feel so alive. It's almost like everything you feel is amplified. That's the exact same way it feels when someone you love stops loving you. It feels like you are wilting away. You feel anxious and worried. You keep on asking yourself what's wrong with you. The crazy part is you may not even know why you are feeling that way. It's just this nagging feeling that something is not right somewhere. Well, here's how to know if your partner has stopped loving you. Focus on their actions. Their words may say something else, but actions almost never lie. Whenever your partner falls out of love with you, there are subtle signs that you may sometimes ignore. Noticing those signs may be what saves your relationship or prepares you for what is about to come. To help you recognize the signs, I have compiled a list of what women do when they stop loving you. When a woman stops loving you, she does these 9 things. 1. She avoids your touch. Not everyone loves to be touched, I know. But that really doesn't apply when they are in love with you. Growing up, I used to think I hated being touched. I hated people crowding around me and touching me. I still do, but now I realize that it doesn't apply to everyone. For the most part, if I truly like you, I can permit you to touch me. If I love you, then I definitely want to touch you and be touched by you. Physical touch is a way of expressing affection, and if she avoids being touched by you, it could be a loud sign that she is no longer feeling the vibes of the relationship. It is sad how quickly things that usually thrill you can disgust you when you fall out of love with someone. If she makes an obvious effort to avoid being touched by you, you can easily conclude that she has stopped loving you and just hasn't gotten around to telling you this in clear terms. You must note that touch, in this context, doesn't particularly mean sex. However, sex may be a part of it if she is your wife. Whenever you try to kiss her or make love to her, if she makes it feel like a chore, then you have your sign there. She has stopped loving you and may just be trying to tolerate your presence in her life. The fact is, when it begins to seem like you are so needy and clingy in the relationship even when asking for the barest minimum, it is a sign that she has stopped loving you. 2. She treats you indifferently. Ever gotten to that stage in your relationship where your girlfriend or wife tells you to do whatever you want in a voice that totally says she doesn't care? It's not a good place to be. And if you haven't experienced this, I hope you don't ever have to. There is this deceptive peace you feel in the relationship when a woman stops loving you. It's an uneasy peace because if you are really perceptive, you will sense the underlying currents and realize that there is fire on the mountain. But many men are not so perceptive. So, they are happy that their partners are finally becoming more receptive and calmer when they should actually be worried about their relationships. She no longer argues with you and whatever you say is final. It may seem like submission, but it's not. The fact is that she doesn't love you anymore and couldn't be bothered to argue with you over anything. She no longer complains about your bad habits. She doesn't complain when you don't call her, and she doesn't call you too. All of these call for concern. When a woman starts acting indifferent in the relationship, it may just mean that she doesn't love you anymore. 3. She becomes bored with you. Women get bored in relationships, and it happens more often than you can imagine. However, for the most part, they tend to take the initiative when they are bored. They suggest fun activities that you could be involved in as a couple, date night ideas, and games. I am someone who doesn't like to go out. I can be indoors for weeks at a stretch. What my girlfriend does when she feels bored is suggest outdoor activities we could take part in. Picnics, strolls, or a hangout with a group of friends. She suggests, and I agree to go with her because I know that she doesn't like to stay indoors the way I do. However, when a woman doesn't love you anymore and she is bored, she would rather spend time alone. She prefers to watch television shows all by herself rather than go on a romantic date with you. She definitely prefers to hang out with her friends instead. She no longer talks to you about your day and her day. All she wants is peace and quiet. Even when she doesn't say it. She makes it known through her actions that the only way she gets peace and quiet is when she is alone. If she does all of these, it could be a sign that she has stopped loving you. 4. She is too busy for you. Almost every man wants high-value women in their lives. With women's empowerment and advocacy for gender equality, men are also beginning to seek women who can bring value to the table. Now, most women work, and so they may have busy schedules as well. However, when a woman loves you, she makes time in her busy schedule to be with you. She wants to spend time with you. And as a result, she will make sacrifices just to spend time with you. Your woman may be ambitious and extremely driven to have a great career, but that's not the reason she seems too busy to spend time with you. When a woman stops loving you, she stops investing her efforts into the relationship and channels it elsewhere. She focuses on her job, and on weekends, there are events and projects to volunteer for. She spends most of her time busy with other things, and when she is even around, she isn't exactly there because she is either too tired to talk or doing something else while you are talking to her. If this is what is happening in your relationship, I must say that it is a sign that she has stopped loving you. 5. She doesn't ask for your opinion anymore. When a woman loves you, she wants to know your views and opinions. She may be the complete definition of an independent woman to some people, but she really seeks to know your opinions, even about the smallest things. Even down to the dress to wear to an outing. She seeks your opinion. I am not a fashion person, but my girlfriend still asks questions like, "Do you think I should wear black shoes or brown on this outfit? Or, should I pack my hair in a ribbon?" I usually try my best to give sound advice, even if sometimes I feel like saying, "Wear anything. You'd look good in it." My point is that a woman who loves you always seeks to know your opinion. So, when a woman stops loving you, she stops asking for your opinion because she really doesn't care what you think. She no longer values your opinions and can't even pretend to. She makes major decisions without asking for your opinion. 6. She stops sharing personal information with you. What's the essence of a romantic relationship if you can't share personal information with each other? None. The sex and dates are all secondary and surface level if you and your partner lack intimacy. Intimacy is when you can tell your partner even your most private thoughts without feeling uncomfortable or scared that they will use it against you. It may not have occurred to you before, but think about it now. Do you know what is going on in your woman's life? I am not referring to the surface details like her age, where she works, or her favorite color. I am talking about those major and minor daily details that she used to regale you with in the past. You remember them? The gist about the guys that tried to approach her? The one about that lady at work that annoys her? The way a client complimented her for doing a great job? Now that you really think about it, if it seems like it's been ages since she last spoke to you about things like these, it is possible that she has stopped loving you. When women stop loving you, they stop sharing details about themselves with you. 7. She doesn't communicate well. This is one of the first things that take a hit when a woman stops loving you. Conversations just seem so forced. Usually, your conversations used to be so natural and free. Now, it seems like it is easier to get a response from a slab of concrete than from her. From her expression, you can mostly deduce that she would rather not talk to you. She rarely picks up your calls and replies to your texts with cold, one-word replies designed to end conversations. She may then take it to a higher level. At this level, communication gets so poor that you don't talk for days. Really, when your relationship is at this level, you can't continue to claim that you are still unaware that something is terribly wrong somewhere. A relationship without communication is like a car without an engine. It is going nowhere. If she replies irritably when you try to ask her what's wrong and find a solution, you have your answer. She has stopped loving you. 8. She is critical of you. A little criticism is good for self-improvement. However, if your woman is always critical of you, there is something else going on. You can't seem to do anything right to her. She always complains about you, and it seems like you don't know what else to do because you have tried your best to be the best man you can be. It doesn't end here. It seems like she also speaks badly about you to her friends because you can feel it when you are around them. You can sense this underlying sense of criticism and animosity when you are around them. The fact is that if she is so critical of you that she doesn't appreciate it when you do things for her, it is a sign that she has stopped loving you. 9. She leaves the relationship. Well, when women stop loving you, they don't just leave the relationship instantly. Their exit usually occurs in stages. At first, they start showing reluctance to talk about the future with you because they can't see any future anymore, and it's hard to muster enthusiasm when you are talking about something that may not exist. She acts disinterested and indifferent when you broach the subject to her. But she doesn't leave the relationship yet. Perhaps because a part of her still hopes that she can feel what she used to feel for you once again. If you are at this point, you still have a chance at reigniting the love she once had for you. Beyond this stage, she either cheats on you or leaves the relationship because she just can't do it any longer. Here, you have it. The things a woman does when she stops loving you. Can you turn things around? Yes. Sometimes, it is possible to still reawaken love when it's not completely dead. At other times, however, you may just need to move on from the relationship with your head held high and lessons learned. Love is like a delicate plant. With nurture, it blooms and grows into something strong and beautiful. However, if you neglect it, it dies. Don't just love, nurture it. Sharing is caring. Thanks for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more updates.